Hey beauties, and welcome back to my channel. It's me, Riri, and I love roses, rose scented things, rose oils, rose sprays. Here are a couple of things that I have been using and I absolutely love, but pretty much any natural rose scented items, products, candles, sprays, you name it, I love it. If it's like that weird, very sweet, like perfumey type of rose, or like a fake scented type of rose, I don't like it at all. But a nice, true, kind of really soft, sensual, pretty rose, obsession. Anyways, this is going to be the final installment. I have been filming all day, so I look like about to pass out, and I feel like I'm about to pass out. This is going to finally be the final installment of Back to Basics, and this is going to be what our finishing touches are. So we're ending with lips and our lashes. I will also give just a couple little tips that I've learned along the way. Nothing too in-depth or crazy or anything like that. This is going to be hopefully a shorter and sweeter one than they have been. And I hope that you guys have enjoyed this series. I've greatly enjoyed doing this. As exhausted as I am so amped up and just starting more and more every day to feel more like myself. I'm really trying to get on the right path with my, food and trying to work out and stuff like that the best that I can with my physical limitations. But I'm excited and I've really loved doing this. So we are going to go ahead and do our mascara. I always do my entire face in this way, the way that I've kind of done the Back to Basics videos. The only thing that I do a little bit different is when I do my contour, I leave my contour in place, then I do my brows, then I go back to my face and kind of, do my bronzer and all that kind of stuff. So that's the only teeny tiny little tweak, but for the sake of the videos and everything being user-friendly and beginner-friendly and stuff like that, I chose to record them in that particular type of way. But I always do all of this, set my face and stuff first before I do my lips and my eyes. The reason that I do this is I don't like to put either lashes or mascara on and then spray it. I feel like it changes the way that my lashes look, and it can sometimes make them look a little bit heavy or clump them up together. I also don't like the way that putting the lipstick on and then spraying on top of it, for me, especially because I wear matte lippies, for me personally, I feel like it changes the way that it sets on my lips and changes the texture of my matte lipstick. You do you, personal preference, totally fine. So I'm going to start by, I'm probably going to put product on, take it off, or try to do this side of my lips a certain way and this side of my lips a certain way. As y'all know, I am a matte lipstick wearer 99.999% of the time. I do lip scrub and I do sleep with a lip oil or lip treatment on overnight. And then typically while I'm getting ready, doing my makeup process and stuff like that, I will wear a lip oil or something and then wipe it off and then do my lips. I am going to kind of give a couple tips and stuff first about overdrawing or not overdrawing or whatever the case may be. I do want to say and kind of give special note to a particular product I literally have never seen anyone else ever talk about, and that is an anti-feathering transparent lip lining pencil. This one is from Milani. This is the only one I've ever used. This is my second one of this. And I also use them for older clients. But it looks white, but it is see-through. It has no color, nothing at all. And it kind of almost feels like a thicker petroleum-based type of thing. It kind of feels a little bit waxy. But this is something that I like to tell my more mature beauties to use, or anyone, that if you feel like when you put lipstick on, it is bleeding and feathering outside of your lip line, you do not have to go in with a colored liner. If you go in with this, and what I like to do with this is not stay actually on my lip line, I go very, very slightly outside the lip line. And I mean like very slightly, like almost on the line, like meeting the line in the skin there. And this again has no color. It's not going to affect anything. Good for any skin tone, any skin type, any age, whatever the case may be. I'm just going to do this side using this just to show you. And then again, going right underneath. So I like to use this, again, if you feel like your lipstick is bleeding, if it's feathering too much, especially as we age, we lose collagen and stuff in our lips, we begin to get wrinkles around our lips. That's the part of aging. Or if you have dry skin and feel like the same thing is happening, I definitely recommend getting one of these. So again, I just go very, very faintly outside of my natural lip line. Then you can use a lipstick brush or just go straight in with the regular bullet lipstick or whatever you're using, and it is not going to feather on you. Hallelujah, honey. Now, my trick for kind of overlining a little bit, I'm going to take, this is ColourPop Beeper. This is one of my holy grail, and you can see it's been around the block a time or two. This is my holy grail of lip liners. And I'm just exactly where, now this I'm staying on my lip line just so I can kind of show you basics. I stay on my lip line. I kind of start with my V and then start here and create an X. So you can see that, just a little X. Then I like to come down here and go into center heart, and I kind of pull my lip up some so I can really get that little divot that's underneath. And then once I'm from here, I kind of do like connected dots, like when we do brow mapping. So I like to take from here and just go back up here. And then from here and meet that point right there. And that's it. And again, I stayed on my lip line here. That's kind of, especially if you're just, a newbie, you're just starting out, that's kind of the traditional classic way to do it. You can use both of these in conjunction because you're taking this one slightly outside the lip line, and then you can use a standard lip liner, for the rest of it. Now over here, what I like to do and what I feel is most natural when you're trying to outline and kind of go a little bit more plump or bigger is starting down at the bottom, the same way we did up here, and connecting it. Only when I start down here, I'm keeping my shape the same here and the same here. I'm only bringing it out on this part of the lip. Same thing for down here. I'm not adding anything here and nothing in the center part right here unless you absolutely need it. I'm going to exaggerate the line in between there. So in between this point and this point, I'm going to exaggerate the center. Between this point and this point, I'm going to exaggerate the center, if that makes any sense at all. And I always work from bottom coming up. If you go down, sometimes it can actually just kind of drag the line down and make your lips look like they're going down. You want to like lift them and make them look, plump and juicy. So again, I'm going to start here, staying actually on my lip line to begin with. Now I'm going to start bringing it out and connect it to this line here. So you can see the difference, my natural lip line and enhancing it just a little bit. And I find that doing that, instead of really trying to exaggerate the entire lip, the entire bottom lip and top lip, it just looks too fake. It looks too overdone. Whereas this, once I add my lipstick, you're never even going to know that I've drawn outside my lip line, especially if you're doing kind of a matching liner and matching lip shade. You can also omit the liner altogether and use a matte lippy. If you use a matte lipstick, then you can do the exact same thing with the point of the brush or the applicator and then fill the lips in. So same thing down here, whereas from this point to this point, I stayed on my natural lip line. Here, I'm going to go just below, meaning kind of the outside, rim of my lip line. And then again in here, it's going to be the same. So now you can see the difference here. And it still looks really pretty and really natural, but it gives you just that little bit of something that you want to have. I also, for me personally, I don't like when someone completely covers up their shape of their Cupid's bow and it becomes kind of more of a, like one straight line across. I still think that if you have that nice definition between the two, then it still, again, looks more natural. So I'm going to fill this in. I like to fill in my lip just a little bit, coming in on both sides. It's also, if you're wearing especially a standard lipstick, it helps kind of keep things in place. So I just come in just a little bit. I don't do the entire lip. You can. And y'all know I'm a fan of nudes. So there's that. And you can see, you can't even tell. You're not even going to be able to tell once the lipstick is on. I'm going in with Desert Suede from Dose of Colors. Y'all know Mama likes a nude. I got a million of them. This is a beautiful kind of more brown nude. And I'm just going to fill in the lips exactly where we put the liner down. Sir, I'm filming, sir. I'm filming. Could you stop? Thank you. Thank you so much. And again, I do the center, really kind of making sure I get down to that bottom little area. And then following that natural lip line over there. And following our new natural lip line over here. And of course, making sure the center is done. And then I'm very lightly going to blot only. And then let's let it dry. Now, something else I will say. I do not like the little butthole lips, you know, and you go like this and you can see the whole inside of your mouth and like that. It just does not, when the mix of tones is not the same, it looks not very good. So take any finger and do this. And it's literally going to pull off any excess little like lipstick or anything like that that you may have kind of in that inner ring across the mouth, and you're not going to see that anymore. So that is the lip. I do want to show really quickly, like, let's say I went too far down here or I went too far down here. I'm going to take, you can take a cut crease brush or like a flat shader dome brush or anything like that. I hope that pink does not come off because this is washed and it's clean, so pray for me, y'all. And then take just a little bit of concealer. Go very softly just in the tip of the brush, not the entire brush, just the tip of the brush. And then we can come in and clean this up very, very softly right underneath that lip line. And then again, I like to press it out the way that I do when I do my brows and stuff. And you can do this on both sides. You can come in through here. This also, if you wanted to do a lighter color of lipstick, which, let's do that. Let's show you the whole shabig-shabug-moo. I'm going to go in with my Urban Decay. Let me find it. The Urban Decay Low Key. It is those new Vice, like, chemistry things. Oh, they're so pretty. I love them so much. Now, anytime I already have lip color on my lips, I'm not going to go in with the wand from another lipstick because they can transfer and then it's going to go back into your other lipstick, change the color of it, etc. So I'm just going to take a little bit of this. This is very pale nude, and put just the smallest little amount on here. And this is going to create pretty much an instant ombre effect. So I'm going to pat it on the center of the lip and blot it. This also helps to create a little bit more fullness, the way that we did our little contour under here earlier. I'm going to add a little bit more. But again, just kind of patting it in place. And it gives that really pretty ombre effect and also gives you a really pretty patty look. Another way that we can do that and kind of enhance the size, the plumpness of the lips, is by popping the center of the lip with a highlight. So I'm going to grab my favorite over highlighter, all of the lights, and I'm going to just lightly tap into the lightest shade in here, just on my finger, and then again, tapping it very lightly in the center of the lip. And you can see again, it just makes them look a lot more full, a lot more juicy and plump. And it really just is super, super pretty. So you can see now, you cannot even tell, and it still looks really pretty and really natural. Another really good tip that I have for applying lip, or if you kind of mess up or anything like that, same thing with eyes up here. I always love to have these little beauty Q-tips. One end is blunt, one end is a little bit more pointed. The same exact trick that I just showed you with the brush and coming it down here with some concealer and cleaning it up. You can also use this and just come around and very lightly clean up that line. You can take the blunt end and you can also kind of fray it out just to where it looks a little bit more soft and blend it out. So that's that for the lips. If you wanted to go on top of this with a gloss, you could absolutely do that. If you just want to do liner and gloss, that's absolutely stunning as well. I really just kind of wanted to mention the anti-feathering pencil. I think most people don't know about these or don't know they exist or don't know that they need them in their life. And you do if you have more mature lips, okay? So again, take this, and you can even use it on this side and go further around. We know even where you overdrew at, you could take this over there. But very inexpensive, and they do such a wonderful, amazing job at keeping everything from feathering. Next, we're going to move to mascara. And y'all know mascara is one of my favorite things. I always, unless it's just I don't care or I'm doing a video to try something or whatever, I always use 2 to 3 mascaras. I will always use one mascara that has tight teeth on it. And this is the Maybelline Lash Sensation. Jeez. And I do like a curved brush. And I always go with black or very black. And then I go on top with my Better Than Sex, which y'all know has been my holy grail for a very, very long time. I absolutely love this mascara and the new Damn Girl mascara. But you do not have to go high-end at all. You can use the Maybelline. There's a CoverGirl one that's really skinny and has a curved wand on it as well. And then you can go on top with like L'Oreal Lash Paradise or something like that. As long as you're going over with one, and you don't have to do this. If you just want volume or whatever, only pick whatever your favorite mascara is. I love this particular combination of the two because this particular one right here, like the Balm, the Mad Lash, it is outrageously amazing. I absolutely love that one in conjunction with this one. But the first one that I use kind of blackens and really starts to separate the lashes and stuff like that. And then this one, when I go on top of that one, really volumizes, thickens, curls, and stuff like that. So I think the two together just work beautifully together because y'all know I'm not a lash person. So I'm first going to go in with this one. And I did not bring a mirror. Oh, let me use my over. So I go in with this one first. Let me get close. And again, because this has nice tight little bristles on it, nice tight little teeth, it gets all the way in the corners. And it really starts to blacken and really separate all the lashes. And don't worry about the little flub. We're going to take that off. Anytime you do get mascara anywhere, please do not touch it. Give it a couple minutes to dry completely. So I want to show you just with this. And that's really pretty. And for some people, that's totally fine. And if that's what you like, totally fine. Now, before this has a chance to completely dry down, I'm going to go in with whatever volumizing one you want to use. And that could be anything, you know, whatever your preference is. And then I'm going to go on top of this. Now you can see that everything is separated, but it's not super volumized or anything like that. Now, when I add this on top, this is when they start to curl really beautifully. This is when they start getting some volume. And I just love the combination together. So you can see why I love these two together. It is really, really stunning. And I love them, and I'm obsessed with them. So I'm actually going to pause because I don't want to make this so long, and I still have a couple tips. Let me hurry up and do this eye. I'll come back and show you how to clean this up, and we'll talk about a couple tips. Okay, I'm back, so you can see both eyes are completely done, and I love them. Now, we're going to go back into that little tiny Q-tip I told you about. I take the little pointed edge, and you're not going to rub across the skin. You're going to press and roll the Q-tip. Press and roll the Q-tip. This is going to help prevent taking any of your other makeup off. And you can use either end as long as you're pressing and rolling. I do apologize if you hear rain. I didn't even know it was supposed to rain today. So I actually had a lot on there this time. I'm going to take my foundation brush that I used earlier today and literally just press it in right there. And then press it in. And that is it as far as mascara goes. I definitely like the combination of the two. If you're somebody that just wants length, you can go with the first one. I like length. I want it to be really bold and black. I like it to be curled. I like a voluminous lash as well. And I just think that these work really, really beautifully together. I also wanted to say too that if you go to put on mascara and do this while they're not dry, because mine are already dry, so I'm making my mascara flake on my face. But while it's still wet, you can take a spoolie or also just a mascara comb and comb up through the lashes, and it's going to help prevent any kind of clumping or tarantula lashes, which ain't cute in my opinion. So that completes the entire full face, start to finish, for beginners, for whomever, and I'm excited. And can we say it's a wrap? It's a wrap. Yes. I'm really proud of myself, y'all. I'm just going to toot my own horn for just a second, and I don't ever do that, but toot, bitch, okay. Now, I'm going to talk about just a couple of just teeny tiny little quick tips that I have learned over the years. I told you about the little tip coming around here. You could also take this and kind of clean up and give yourself a sharp cat eye. We talked about doing this, so those are some of my, regular tips. One tip as far as lashes, if you curl your lashes and do a more volumizing mascara, you're going to get really beautifully curled lashes that are going to stay in place. With mascaras, y'all, when you open up your mascara, do not take your mascara out and then pump, pump, pump. There is one mascara that I know of that the creator actually says to do that because it mixes the botanical ingredients together. However, 99% of mascaras you do not want to do that with. All you are doing when you're going in and out is bringing all this air, all this bacteria, and all these germs in and out of your mascara. If you feel like maybe you're getting down to the bottom or anything like that, you can put it between your bosoms, put it between your thighs, stick this in a cup of warm water for a few minutes, hold it in your hand for a few minutes, or take and bring your wand down to the bottom and literally turn it around and then slowly bring it back out, and you're going to get the rest of that mascara that's at the bottom. Another thing, especially if you're using this daily or pretty frequently, you want to replace your mascaras every 2 to 3 months. 3 months is a pretty good guideline. If you bought a full-size one, you're using it once a week, and you're at 4 months or 5 months, but it still looks the same, is working the same, and it has not changed in its consistency or smell or appearance, you can continue to use it up to that 4 to 5 month time frame. I know we spend a lot of money on makeup beauties. I understand that, and I get that. It's frustrating for myself, especially because I like Better Than Sex and it's $25. But I would rather spend $25 every 3 or 4 months than get an eye infection. Okay, because that's basically what you're doing. You're putting bacteria and harboring all that bacteria in this wand, and the longer you hold on to this, the longer you're harboring that bacteria and those germs. So just be really cautious of that, especially if you wear it consistently. So that's my tip for mascaras. The same thing applies to liquid lips. You guys will always see me shake up my liquid lips, my mascaras, everything. And then I go to pull my wand out. This, obviously, if there's any kind of oils, any kind of separation that has happened, you're shaking it is really going to make sure that everything is blended out. And then again, pull it straight out. And if you have to wipe it off some, wipe it off some. Do not go in and out and pull the product or the wand in and out. It is, again, going to harbor bacteria. No bueno, okay? My next tip, clear mascara or clear brow gel. This is from Cella, but I got this in a BoxyCharm or something like that. You can go to the Dollar Tree, Dollar General, Family Dollar, and buy you a $1 clear mascara. You can use that clear mascara for the very end of your makeup application. Say, I got my highlight up here or whatever, you know, I got something on my brows, you can run it through there. But I also absolutely love this for baby hairs. And I'm going to try to get low so you guys can see me. Yeah, okay, yeah, you can see them. But you can use clear mascara to comb your little baby hairs back and tame them in place. And they are going to stay in place. And it does not affect the way that your hair looks. It's not going to affect the color or anything like that, but it keeps everybody in place. This also works on these stubborn little hairs back here. Just FYI. Next, and probably my last tip. I hope I've covered everything. If by this video you are still stuck, you're still confused, you have more questions, please, please, please ask me or reach out to me via Instagram. It's d.rain and my inbox is always open. If you're going to troll me, I'm going to tell your ass to eat a Snickers bar. I'm going to block you, okay? We all have our own methods. And I respect yours, and I would appreciate other people respecting my methods, my personal opinions, etc. But if you do have questions, or I totally forgot something or spazzed on something, let me know. I don't personally wear lashes. They are not something that I like for myself. Again, I am a minimalist. I'm old school. I'm a natural beauty makeup artist, and I prefer that look for myself and for my clients. Of course, if they want lashes, especially for weddings and proms, I put lashes on. The bigger the better, and it's totally fine with me. If you want to see a lash tutorial, a lash video, I will 100% do that. I also have pretty much one of the easiest methods on the planet to do winged liner. So maybe this won't be the last one. So there might be another one. We'll do a back to basics, maybe talking about, doing lashes and a cat wing. If you guys want to see that, please let me know. I definitely want to stay true to myself and true to my aesthetic here on my channel. But if that is something you guys request, I will absolutely do it for you. With that being said, my last little tip is once a product is open into the air, even for 2 seconds, okay, it is still going to start harboring bacteria and stuff like that. Now, when your product is sitting on the shelf, most products, when they are unopened, last 1 to 2 years, sometimes longer than that. If they're all natural pigments and stuff like that, I have Bare Minerals pigments I've had for 15 years. The consistency has not changed. The scent has not changed. The way that they feel to the touch has not changed. And they are natural minerals and natural pigments. Those I still use. Now, I will show you. Every skincare and makeup item is going to have this teeny tiny little container on it. I'm hoping this mother freaker will zoom in for me. Yeah, hallelujah. But you see right here, see this little container, and it says 24 months. It will also give you your batch number and stuff like that. In case you happen to not see that, you can type in the batch number and find out when it was created. We're going to keep me blurry for a second, and I'll show you on my Ofra highlighter as well. You see that says 30 months. Now, that date is from the day that you open the particular product and start, as soon as you open it and air hits this product, use it within 30 months. This one, use within 24 months. The only time that I will tell you to continue to use something, because let's not lie, I've got eyeshadow pigments that are 5 years old. Eyeshadow palettes that are 5 years old. And I paid a lot of money for them, and they still work good. So guess what? I'm not going to throw them away. However, I sanitize all my products either every Sunday or every other Sunday, consistently, even my self-use products. That is also a good tip, and I cannot find it. There it is. I keep this little bottle with alcohol in it, and it is just a sprayer. When I finish up a client, when I finish up my own makeup, anytime that I am sick and have had a cold, I will wash all of my brushes and sanitize all of my makeup. I think that there's this big misnomer that, oh, well, it only needs to be clean if I'm using it on somebody else. No, we have our own germs, guys, and we can get ourselves sick again. Just like anytime that I have blemishes or anything like that, whatever brush I use during those couple days I have those blemishes, that brush gets washed, and I do not touch my face with it again. I'm just going to harbor that bacteria and put it right back on my face. So what I do, you finish a client, I like to hold it kind of far away, and you're just going to spray the alcohol. You want to spray it to where you can kind of see the alcohol touch it, but you do not want to saturate your makeup because it will dry the makeup out and can change the consistency of the makeup. So again, just a couple little sprays. I have a fan right here, so I will keep this open overnight. I'm going to let it dry, let the alcohol dry. The next day you can come in, we'll do this as well. The next day you can come in and then close up all the makeup. So I always sanitize everything, you guys, everything. I use Lysol wipes and clean my station and stuff down, my mirror and everything that's right here. When I do makeup, I use sanitizer. That's another really good tip as well. When you're doing someone else's makeup or yourself, if you've been sick, use a little bit of hand sanitizer. This big Equate one literally was like probably $2, you guys. So, but yeah, just definitely pay attention to, you know, these kind of products. So back to the palette. I always sanitize my palettes and stuff like that really, really consistently. Of course, if I haven't used it in a while, I'm going to pull it out. I'm going to check it. I'm going to do a couple swatches. Does it feel the same? Does the texture feel the same? When I open it up, do I smell a strong fragrance? Do they look different? Do they look like they're crumbling? Do they look like they're powdery or falling apart in the pans? If in that case, you know, it has reached 30 months and you open this up and you're like, whoa, bitch, that stinks, throw it away. If it's at 30 months, it still looks the exact same. It's still performing the same. It has no scent. The consistency, texture, smell, and performance has not changed. You can continue to use it. Just keep it sanitized. Same thing with any kind of powder type formulas. So that's it. I'm done. Oh my God. I wish I had one of those little clacky thingies or them things. It's a wrap. So thank y'all so much. I really hope that I have explained things in the way that my mind was trying to tell y'all, but we all know that with anxiety and stuff like that, you can tend to ramble and your thoughts do not process the same way. But anyways, I'm going to get off of here. It is almost 10 o'clock at night and I have been filming for about 6.5 hours. I'm very tired. I'm very exhausted, but I'm also so over the moon, excited, and really proud of myself to get this series up. And this is going to be my first time actually doing like a series in the sense of I'm doing part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4, all in 1 week's time frame, or all back to back. So I'm excited, you guys, and please let me know how you feel about things, and let me know, you know, again, I want to know what your tips and tricks are. I love learning. I love finding out new methods to doing things, and I appreciate you. Thank you all so, so much. If you like this video at all, then please give me a thumbs up and subscribe down below. If you'll tap that notification bell, I'd be even more grateful and thankful. And please always remember to be your own best beautiful. Bye, beauties.